Is this thing on?
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Voice Podcast. My name is Tiffany, and I'm joined today by fellow co-host Autumn. Hi, Autumn. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. And we are joined by Newton Duarte today, who is an alumni from St. Lawrence College. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you. And how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me for
Well, thank you so much for joining us. This is awesome. So we do like to just generally have a little chat, get to know each other a little bit to start with. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so my name is Newton. I was a healthcare administration student at St.Lawrence College, and I graduated in December 2020, so last year. I was an international student. I'm from Brazil. Nowadays, I'm working at Queen's University in the Department of Ophthalmology. I have been working there since June 2020. So I have two roles there. So I'm working as a research coordinator, and I'm also the director of the Kingston Ophthalmic Training Center.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a very cool job. All right. Well, I have an important question. It's very critical we get this out of the way. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
You're a dog person? Oh, I don't know. This interview might be over.
Yeah, I don't think you can do this. You're talking to cat people. It's just not gonna work out. No,
sorry.
you chose wrong.
Oh well. We can't all love.
I never had a cat before, but I have.
Not everyone can be perfect, I guess.
I guess so. Maybe someday you'll be blessed with the bad attitude that is cats.
Sure.
All right, awesome. So we'll talk a little bit too about your time at SLC. So what are some of your favorite memories that you have?
Okay. I believe most pleasure memory that I have is I would say the friendly environment there, like the friendly atmosphere. You can get close to your professors and teachers. It's a nice relationship, right? I mean, of course, there's respect between you and your teachers and professors, but it also has a friendship. So I miss my classmates, my professors. I also enjoyed my time there at the Intramural Soccer League.
Oh, cool.
I'm a soccer player.
That's awesome. I have definitely noticed the friendships that we're able to build, and definitely that culture of respect that you talked about, Newton, that just there is a lot of respect between students and professors and students and each other that I really haven't found anywhere else. I think it's pretty unique to SLC, but it's good.
I totally agree.
Yeah. Autumn, did you have any questions?
What are some of your favorite memories from your time at SLC?
Well, we kind of just went over that one.
Oh,
that's okay. It looked like we might have lost you for a little while there, so it's not a problem.
That's okay.
I'm having a few technical issues. What was your job search like after St. Lawrence College?
Okay, of course, it's challenging, right? Because we just graduated, so we are looking for our first job. I believe it will not be different. So I'm looking for our first job. We have no previous experience, so that's hard. So in every area we have competition also. But in my case, what really helped me was that during my SLC time, my time at SLC, I had a good relationship, not only with classmates, like I said before, but also with my professors. So in my case, what happened was when I was still 6 months away from graduation, one of my professors took my resume and went to speak personally with the head of the ophthalmology department at Queen's University. And after that, I got a call for an interview. So it was all about my connections and friendly relationship with professors that helped me a lot in my search for a job.
That's awesome. That must have been very helpful for you. I know that getting a job at the best of times is never really easy, and probably especially difficult right now. But knowing that your professor had your back and went out of their way to help you with that, that's amazing. So what are some of the things you were able to take with you from St. Lawrence College when you got into the workplace?
Of course, first all the technical knowledge of the courses, of course. But in my case, I would say as an international student, so during my program, I had courses about the Canadian healthcare system and also some course about the Canadian government system. And it seems that it's kind of a little basic thing, but for an international student, for someone who comes from another country, that makes a lot of difference, right? So first you study the healthcare system, first you study the government, and then you learn more specific technical knowledge. So that helped me a lot. Yeah, I think
awesome.
Specific and different courses that I had at SLC helped me a lot.
Yeah, I think we take for granted the inherent knowledge that we have about those kinds of things. So that must have been an extra challenge for you as an international student. But it's great that you were able to have those courses that kind of taught you the things that you needed from that perspective. Because for people who aren't international students, it's not something we really think too much about.
Yep, that's good.
Yeah.
When you first joined at SLC, did you have any or think of any myths about college that turned out to be false from your experience at SLC?
I would say that honestly, I was kind of a bit concerned about, the difference between universities and college, I would say, right? So I was, going to college, not an university, is that really an issue or not? So, and I would say that not only universities, but also colleges can prepare and help you to start your career. I would say that's it. Colleges can help you.
Awesome. So networking is a term we hear a lot in the School of Business. Some of our hosts are in the School of Business. So what are your experiences with the SLC network? I know you talked about your professor helped you find your first job, but have you had any other experiences with the SLC network?
So like I said before, it was crucial for me, the network in SLC for my first job. But I would say that not only for the School of Business, I believe that in every career, in every area, network is fundamental, right? Connecting with your classmates and professors, even more, for example, so that's a small city. Your professors will always know someone in your area who can just, like a small city, everybody knows everybody. So networking helps a lot. And that was because of SLC, friendly environment. It's much easier to connect with people and make friends and meet your professors and connect with them. So SLC was a great place that helped me with networking.
Awesome.
Is that me or you?
You can ask the next one there on.
Is there anything you wish you could go back to and do differently, if you could?
I will not say go back and do it differently, but because of COVID, right? Unfortunately, we had some months of online classes, so it was a time that I missed my friends and colleagues. And also because of COVID, we did not have an in-person graduation, so I just missed that, but not something that I would go back and do differently, but we had an unusual year.
Yeah, unfortunately, those are kind of out of your control,
Yep.
which is never any fun, but it's nice to hear that you didn't have anything that you really regretted though from your time at SLC.
No, have a great time.
That's good. So what's one thing you would go back and tell your SLC self?
Connections, meet people, networking. I would say that's it. That's key. I mean, just your grades, good grades are good grades, but that's not all. Connections and meet people.
Okay. What's the best piece of advice that a professor or classmate ever gave you?
Yeah, I think, again, we talk about networking and connections. Of course, studies are important. Your grades are very important. But in my case, again, coming from another country, so it was really important to try to meet as many people as possible. So connecting and network that.
Yeah, it must have been extra challenging because you didn't have a network base, I guess, probably when you started here, right?
Yeah, even more than COVID hit. So it was really an unusual year and extra challenging.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you obviously graduated and you overcame those hurdles. What sort of advice would you pass on to first-year students who are entering or starting at SLC?
Okay, so first, of course, study, get good grades. Of course, that's important. But meet people, make connections, because not only grades is enough and not only connections is enough. You need both. But I would say some very good advice is check job posts regularly. Okay, so for example, you are going to graduate next year, but just look for job posters in your area, in your interest, some job posts that you would apply, and look the requirements that companies are asking. Okay, so go to requirements. Sometimes you can find some requirements, like sometimes you find some small courses that you can do, online courses, you can do weekend courses. So I would say that's pretty good. Keep looking, even before graduating, the job posts in your area, and try to get a better resume before graduation. Check the requirements for your position.
That's a really good tip. It's not anything I ever really thought of. You don't think of looking at the job boards before you're ready to actually actively look for a job, but you're right. I mean, you're graduating with a class of how many other people? You all technically have the same qualifications, so you gotta make yourself stand out above everyone else that's applying. So that's a really good tip. And I'm in my first year, and I've got 3 more years to go. But I think that that's maybe something I should start doing now. All right. Do you have any extra additional advice for anybody that's actually graduating this year?
Oh, I would say that, of course, probably this year interviews will start going back to in person. So be prepared to go back to in-person interviews this year. But I believe this is a good year for graduates, because according to Statistics Canada latest job vacancy data, the labor shortage is widespread across the whole country in several different sectors of economy. So I believe this is a good year for graduates to start looking for a job.
That's great advice. Yeah. Awesome. Adam, was there anything else that you wanted to ask? Any questions you had for Newton?
No, nothing. I think we've covered it all.
All right. And Newton, did you have anything else that you wanted to say?
Oh, I will just thank you again for the invitation.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Proud to participate in SLC podcast.
Yeah, this has been awesome. We really appreciate your time and your expertise. You're obviously doing really well, and we're really glad that you're part of the SLC alumni family. And
I'm proud to be SLC.
Yes, proud to be SLC. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you both. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah, you too.